Hey guys, it's Laura here. I am going to be celebrating 10 years in Scentsy, and I wanted to just bring to you a mini series of a celebration of 10 years, maybe some of the things that I've learned the hard way, things that I've learned really work, things that have transformed my business, small, sometimes even inexpensive, and crazy simple ideas that I've learned along the way can absolutely take a business from good to great. So stay tuned. It's going to be so much fun. Wow, what a fun 10 years it's been. As I look back over the last 10 years in my Scentsy journey, I realize that amazing milestones, things, accomplishments, not just in my own personal life and how I've grown as a person, but also financial accomplishments, amazing different milestones that I've hit. And when I look at those things, it's hard for me to imagine ever hitting any of them without going to events. There's a phrase that floats around Scentsy land, and it's leaders are born at events. But there's something else that's born at events that I don't think that maybe is as trackable or maybe even is talked about as much. But when I look back in my Scentsy journey, I realize it's not just leadership traits that grew because of Scentsy events. It's the fact that I came back from attending an event and was changed for the good, sometimes not even changed directly affecting my Scentsy business, but I came back aspiring to be a more patient person, a more humble person, a more giving person, a better wife. The things that I've learned at events have absolutely inspired me to give more of myself and to be better in more areas of my life than just my Scentsy journey. And as I was just sitting back reflecting on 10 years of Scentsy, I realized that it's these events that have really grown me. Yes, my paycheck may have changed and grown even without attending the events, but would I have been as whole of a person and been able to grow in other ways? Because we all have met someone that, maybe had their act together as far as budgeting and as far as, finances, and maybe they didn't struggle financially, but because they weren't complete on the inside, or because they, struggled with real life and maybe needed a good dose of personal development. Don't we all, right? But what I'm trying to get at is the fact that when I see someone really, really struggling in their Scentsy journey, sometimes it comes down to the fact that maybe they were unable to go to last year's reunion, or they were unable to go to, another corporate sponsored event, or maybe, their director doesn't put things on and they're not apt to find trainings to help them grow in personal development or within, as a Scentsy consultant. I remember in the early days of my 10 years, finances were rough. We didn't have the family finances to pull from to help me go to events. And I remember the sting of knowing that if my Scentsy paychecks didn't provide the income, then I wasn't going to be able to fly to my first reunion in Denver, or I wasn't going to be able to afford the registration for, world tours and spring sprints and, different corporate events. And I knew they'd be great for my business, but we didn't have it in the family budget for me to be able to pull from our family finances to get me to some of these corporate sponsored events. And it stung, but it motivated. Looking back, I am thankful that our family's finances were as bad as what they were. I can't believe I'm saying that, but it's true, because it taught me how to run a business financially, and it taught me how to dig down and push hard, and it inspired me to, really set goals for myself so that I could get registration, I could get the hotel, I could, get the flight, just by setting an amazing, huge, scary goal in Scentsy and pushing for it, telling my customers, hey, I'm trying to get to, 2,000 PRV this month so that I can apply an extra $100 for my registration for the next Scentsy event or whatever it was, and to tell my husband and my son, mommy's working extra hard. I'm doing an extra party this month, or I'm, doing an extra, I'm setting up, somewhere because I'm trying to get myself to the next corporate event so that I can grow our family's finances forever, right? So I want to challenge you that if you are finding yourself in a place where you don't know if the next big event is going to be something that you can swing. I want to challenge you to set some goals in your Scentsy journey. I've been right where you are. I've sat there and I've almost cried because I realized that, man, if we just had our finances in order, I could just pull some from the family budget. I remember knowing, wow, this is cutting it close. I may not have registration fee for the event by the time the event registration closes, and knowing that those deadlines were there didn't do anything except make me push harder and become a better seller and better sponsor. You will really wow yourself if you just set some goals that may seem absolutely impossible, but you'll make them happen. And then you'll look back and you'll be like, wow, I'm actually thankful for those scary times because they built who I am today. They made me stronger. So go to those events. It may be hard to get to. There may not be any in your area. You may actually have to consider, jumping into someone else's team meeting. You may actually have to consider doing some online courses to grow yourself and to grow you, not just also as a business owner, but also personal development side. I do believe that we are all struggling in some area in personal development, that all we have to do is learn how to be stronger in that area, and then we'll start to see success in more areas than just the personal side of things. We'll start seeing success in business and in relationships and so on and so forth. So I hope this helps motivate you to do what it takes to grow yourself, grow your business, be at the next event. You never ever know. Looking back on your 10 years, you never know the way that it's going to have changed everything.